With fashion could be said to date back to 1846, when the good ship Samaritan, along with its cargo of precious satins and silks, was shipwrecked off the coast here. The following summer, all the ladies of the town could be seen showing off their new silk frocks.
This is Tolkien Beach, and one look here tells the complete story of style in Newquay today. It's a story which began back in 1967, when, as well as Sergeant Pepper, the other good vibrations came from the west coast of the USA. And Newquay's been riding the crest of a wave ever since. It was in 1967 that the first surf shop Bilbo opened in Newquay, and although it's changed hands several times, it's still recognised as the Surfer's Surf Shop.
What no one could predict is just what a major industry surfing would become in Newquay, and this shop is one of 56 surfing-related businesses in town.
So, if surfing's your thing, Newquay. This, I got these, which are called friendship bracelets. You can make them yourself, but I bought them in there. These are about £1.99, this was £4.99, and you give them to your friends, Karen, dear.
So if I behave, I might get one.
If you behave, you might get one. What do you get?
Well, Quicksilver are the Nike of the surfing world, so of course I had to get a pair of baggy trousers. These are top of the range, £45, but you can get other labels cheaper.
Surf shacks are all distinctive in style because they all actually look like shacks, and they're the one place to get all your surfing knickknacks, from visors to bum bags to wallets, even teddy bears.
These are reef sandals. They're incredibly comfortable, and they've got a 6-month guarantee on them. They retail at about £18, and they come in all shapes and sizes. And you know I like a hat or two. Well, here's the conventional style, but I went for something like this, which retails at about £15.
Time flies when you're having fun, so the ultimate accessory for a surfer is a waterproof watch. These range from £30 to £50.
Because it's got long sleeves. I'm going to try this one on, I fancy. What about you?
That's nice and bright. Well, they just look too hot for me, so I might go for one of these shorties. This is Solo, which is from their Plymouth company. That's short and sweet and quite funky. What's that on your nose?
It's zinc, isn't it? It's just to protect a paler skin, so I'm all set. Have you got everything?
Yeah, I've got my boots in case the water's really cold, and I've got this, which is a leash in case I lose my board.
Are you ready? So we're all set. Can you tell us where the beginner's beach is?
It was the opening of the railways at the end of the Victorian era that brought Newquay its fortune. And now, these days, some of the local inhabitants dress up in Victorian and Edwardian clothes every year to celebrate the coming of steam.
Many people pick up things at jumble sales, car boot sales are favourites, put together ideas. Some people just dig into the back of their wardrobe and see what they can turn out. Lots of helpful ideas come, and if you go out and look around, you can suddenly be inspired by somebody else's outfit to make one of your own. Now,
Edwardian ladies were renowned for having extremely slender waists. I mean, does sort of corsetry and a little slimming go into these outfits as well?
I don't think for many people, no. It would be very uncomfortable. And most of us probably have twice the waist of an Edwardian lady, so just to try and get into an ordinary-looking skirt is quite a challenge. We do laugh about bustles. Most of us older ladies on the committee say we don't need an artificial bustle. We carry one with us most of the time anyway.
Don't smile. The Victorians didn't smile. You must look very serious. Lovely. Let me turn you into a A naval officer.
Oh, I've always wanted to be.
But
Shall I take this?
Yes, please.
This old naval sweatshirt off?
Yes, please. It's not very authentic.
It's a bit of a sort of ratings shirt, this
Yes,
one is.
yes.
A naval officer on leave.
Bow tie.
Eh? So would naval officers have worn sort of like lilac embroidered shirts?
In our Navy they do.
In our Navy they
Oh, I
do.
see. Oh, what, in the Newquay Navy?
Yes, in the Newquay Navy they
Right.
wear what they like.
Yes.
Under normal circumstances, wouldn't be seen dead doing this. We'll do
Right.
it when they're on the holidays.
I can imagine.
There you are.
This is it. Now, this is a proper military man's hat, naval hat, is it?
Naval hat, yes.
This is an authentic naval hat.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Jolly good. Excellent.
Would you care to come down to
Right.
the...
Now, I'm about to get my... So does it look very distinguished, Margaret? It does.
Thank you. Could we have a salute, please, do you think? Thank you so much. Marvellous.
And perhaps a little tip of the hat.
Yes.
So, back in Newquay 1993, and the town's Headland Hotel is the venue for our impromptu beach party. We're going to be giving local people the opportunity to star on the runway. And with the Fistral Beach over there, we're auditioning lifesavers, members of the lifeboat crew, surf lifesavers, as well as the staff of the hotel.
In Wesley Yard, there's a hive of activity as various cottage industries make their living from the surfing world. Longest standing resident is textile designer Lorna Wiles.
I would think about 3 or 4 days to actually transfer a design from the drawing board onto the screen and onto the printing tables.
Anybody buying a surfboard, having a surfboard built for them, is looking for basically its shape. I mean, it's hand sculpted. It has to work in the water for them. It's a functional piece of equipment.
What about decoration? How important is that?
Well, it can be very important. I know that when I had my first surfboard, it was probably the most important thing about my first surfboard, and I think that's probably true for all people buying surfboards. People get very involved. It's the way they can customize their board, express themselves, have some identity through their surfboard, and that can be done in a variety of ways. We seem to be having quite a lot of demand, especially from young people, for Celtic design. I mean, we live here in Cornwall, we make surfboards here in Cornwall, and the Celtic influence seems to be coming through quite strong, and it's certainly appearing on surfboards.
People come to Newquay for the surf, and Malcolm Ball is one surfer who came here in '78 and set up his own wetsuit manufacturing business called Snug, here in Wesley Yard.
Snug wetsuit, Because it's made to measure, the initial part is measuring the person up, getting their sizes, finding out which colours they want, and then hand cutting it to their size, glued and stitched, and taped and finished at the end.
Do men and women tend to go for different types of wetsuit?
The wetsuit is identical, but the shape is different. Women tend to want a feminine-looking wetsuit as opposed to just one of the boys' wetsuits. I actually do a design that looks like a lady's high-cut swimsuit, so you'd have different colour legs with a different colour body. Something a man would look terrible in, and something that a woman would look good in.
The rest of the country and Eric Clapton, a gig is somewhere that you go which is expensive, the food's not too good, and you come out deaf. But in Cornwall, this is a gig. If you ever find yourself on a beach and suddenly somebody suggests that there's a great beach party going on, but you haven't got anything to wear, the idea of this is that you could actually search around on the beach, find a bit of flotsam and jetsam and make yourself an outfit to go to the party. And we're going to be inviting people to do exactly the same thing, and what they can do is appear in our fashion show tomorrow.
You don't want to take someone's eye out with your hat, do you? It's not a good move.
What I'm doing now is that all over this outfit, I'm actually going to decorate it by tying shells that I've been collecting on the beach. I haven't drilled any holes in them because that would all take too long, but generally I'm going to decorate all of the top of this bodice with shells.
Oh, yeah. I just have hours of fun with bits of old rope in my house, don't you? I never throw anything away because you never know what you're going to want to do with it.
How's it panning out over there, Karen?
I'm having a bit of trouble with the armbands, actually. I feel a bit faint, but Can someone give me a hand with this? Who's good at blowing up armbands? Thanks.
Is it sort of sea smelly or? Yeah, it is. It's not very nice, is it? It's a bit sort of, I think, fishy going on around here.
You too. I think I do.
Now, Mark Constantine from Cosmetics to Go, renowned for their imaginative use of natural products, is here to show us what and how. So, Mark, what have you got here that you found in Newquay?
Yeah, it's been good fun, actually. We've been up in the cliffs here and having a good look round. And we've got ourselves some dock, chamomile, flowering nicely. And this is plantain here.
Here?
Yeah, this is lovely. We've got various seaweeds. This is sea lettuce, which, in fact, we've got just behind you. This is Irish moss.
Now, you've got all these. What do they do and how would you use them?
Well, I think dock's fairly obvious. You know, if you've got any kind of redness, itching, mosquito bites, nettle rash, anything of that sort, you rub on dock. I mean, that's an old granny's recipe.
Literally, just like that.
Yeah, you just rub it on. You could make an infusion. The chamomile is probably the favourite. You can make a nice infusion out of chamomile. You want to pop them in?
Why not? It's just in hot water.
Yeah, and we put a few in there already and just give it a little stir. And I mean, you would leave that a little while. The real key to sunshine is not to get burnt in the first place.
Right.
I mean, I always think... I mean, it was quite interesting here today, for example, that there weren't that many people on the beach. And when you ask why, because there were so many people yesterday getting so burnt that they're all sitting in their hotel rooms.
Well, funny enough, I found 2 people today that have gone a bit too far and to do with your help. So where are they? Right. Oh, look at this lovely, lovely pink here.
Should we...
I think she's some chamomile over here, don't you?
So we've just I've just poured a little chamomile tea on here. Let that just cool off a fraction. Wave it about a bit or so. That's right, blow on it. Flick it round.
Give us your leg, love. Does that feel cool? It's beautiful.
The azulin actually will cool the skin, takes all the redness out again. Let's try some of the seaweed gel. This is the big one.
In you get.
In Victorian times, they used to have seaweed baths, and they used to boil up the seawater, and then all the mucilage from the seaweed would get into the water. And that mucilage would then calm and soothe redness. Really couldn't be better for you, a nice seaweed bath.
Can you feel the effects of that already?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at this one.
This is the really good stuff. This is the kelp. This is the deep water seaweeds. Yeah. Better than the bladderwrack. This stuff is very good for you, but the kelp is superb.
There, you just soak in there, dear.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll be back in a couple of hours, OK?
The one thing we're not likely to get this evening is a suntan, but after all that time on the beach, the people of Newquay are now ready to take to the catwalk here at the Headland Hotel. But what would a British beach party be without a little help from Mother Nature's wind machine?
Well, following our auditions, we've chosen 12 local men and 12 local women who this afternoon have had the treatment. Hair by Paul Edmondson team and makeup by Christine Fiddler and team proves that Newquay is packed to the gills with faces fit for modelling stardom.
Having spent time around the town, we've discovered there's a distinct Newquay style. So with the help of some young talent, some après-surf fashion and a little tie and dye, we present to you the ubiquitous Newquay uniform. Let's have them.
time, and for this section we've asked some active types to get involved. We've got 4 members from the local lifeboat station, 2 lifeguards from nearby beaches, and our female models are all staff at this very hotel.
Models that we auditioned, but the whole of Newquay wanted to get in on the act.
The rest of the act was a challenge, and that challenge was to create an outfit suitable for a beach party from flotsam and jetsam that you'd find on any British beach. Now, with any of our challenges, we like a winner. So we've sent Karen backstage to judge, and without further ado, we present to you the Newquay Beachcombers.